Hello everyone, it's Mike Lazar here, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about Byzantine music, music theory, and singing technique. Now today, we're going to cover a brand new Byzantine scale called the Hagia scale. Now, the Hagia scale is a variation of the diatonic scale that has a few attractions in it. An attraction is when a note can shift its pitch depending on the location on the scale or the context of where it is used. Today, we're going to go over all these attractions and how to sing the Hagia scale. So to begin, we first have to look up what the Byzantine scale is comprised of. A Byzantine scale is comprised of 72 units called morea. Now, a Western scale, or a regular staff scale, is made up of 12 half steps, meaning that there are 6 morea for every half step. Using this information, we can further identify the Hagia scale. So now that we know what the Byzantine scale is comprised of, let's go ahead and build it using the notes. So, in Western terms, we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, Ni, Pa, Vo, Ra, Di, Ke, Zo, Ni. So, we have all of these notes. Now that we know the notes, let's put in the morea values between them so we can further analyze the scale. So now that we know the scale itself, let's insert the morea values. So between Ni and Pa is 12 morea, which is a whole step. So, Ni, Pa. Next is 10 morea. We know there are 6 morea in a half step. So this is 2 less than 12, meaning it's going to be 2 over 6 morea less, which is a third flat. So let's look at this. Ni, Pa, Vo. The Vo is going to be a little flat. Vo. And then Ra is going to go back to natural. Why? 12 plus 10 plus 8 is 30. That is 5 half steps. A fourth from Ni to Ra is 5 half steps. So, Ni, Ra, Ni, Pa, Vo, Ra. Now, we have this below. Let's look at this. Ra, Di, whole step. Di, Ke, whole step again. Now, Ke, between Zo's going to be a little flat. Ke, Zo, Zo, Ni. So the whole scale. Ni, Pa, Vo, Ra, Di, Ke, Zo, Ni. Zo, Ke, Di, Ra, Vo, Pa, Ni. Now that we know the skeleton scale, let's look at the attractions and insert them into the scale. So now that we know the scale, let's look at how the attractions work. Remember how I said the attractions change depending on the context you use them and where they fall on the scale? Well, right now we're going to look at the contexts. Specifically, let's look at Zo. Now, when you were touching Zo, for example, Di, Ke, Zo, Ke, Di, I'm not cadencing on it, I'm not going past it, I'm just simply touching and coming back down. The Zo becomes 2 morea flat. Di, Ke, Zo, Ke, Di. So it goes from 10 morea to 8 morea difference, meaning it's going to be 2/3 flat. But if you can't really interpret it that well, you can simply just do flat. Di, Ke, Zo, Ke, Di. Now, let's look what happens if we go past Zo. Let's say we want to go past Zo. Di, Ke, and then we have Zo and Ni. Let's say we want to hit Ni. This is a very easy rule. The K becomes sharp and the Zo becomes natural. And the Ni stays natural. Di, Ke, Zo, Ni. And let's say when it's still dwell there. Di, Ke, Zo, Ni, Pa, Ni, Zo, Ke, Di. So it's natural when you're dwelling in up here, but when you want to come back down and resolve back down to the Zo goes back to flat. So let's look at it one more time. Di, Ke, Zo, Ke, Di. Di, Ke, Zo, Ni, Zo, Ke, Di. Remember, K attracted to Zo, Zo is natural, and then Ni stays the same. So now that we know how the upper tetrachord works, let's look at the lower tetrachord. Let's begin with Di. When you're going down, Di, Ra, Vo. The Di, Ra, and Vo are going to stay the same. However, when you are returning back to Di, the Ra is attracted to Di. Di, Ra, Vo, Ra, Di. So, let's look at something else now. Let's say we want to go down and we just want to touch pa and come back up. The ra vu pa vu. The pa is gonna be sharp. Now let's say I want to go down and stop at pa. The ra vu pa. If I want to stop at pa and dwell there in cadence on pa, pa will become natural. And this is for every note in the scale. If you want to stop in cadence there, the note becomes natural. For example, if I want to stop in cadence on ga, ga is natural. If I want to stop in cadence on ke or zo, but either of these notes become natural. If I want a cadence on pa, pa becomes natural. Or vu becomes natural, meaning that it stays in its natural position. So let's look at the bottom tetrachord one last time. The ra vu ga di, the ra vu pa vu ga di, the ra vu pa vu. Now, the last thing we have to look at is ni. Ni. When you're starting on ni and you want to go to vu, the pa is attracted to vu. Ni pa vu ga di ke zo ni. You see, we have this simple pattern. This note's attracted to this note, this note's attracted to this note, this note's attracted to this note. Ni pa vu ga di ke zo. You simply remember these rules, and Hagia scale does not look that difficult anymore. Now, let's look through all the rules one last time. The ke zo. Zo is flat when you're touching it. Kedim. The ke zo ni zo kedim. Then when you're going past zo, ke is attracted to zo. Zo becomes natural, and then ni stays the same. And then when you go back down, zo becomes flat. One more time. The ke zo ni zo kedim. Now, let's go down. The ra vu. So going down, it's the same natural. The ra vu pa vu. If you're going to touch pa and come back up, pa becomes attracted to vu. And then coming back up, vu ra di. That's attracted to di. And then going back down again, the ra vu pa ni. Pa vu ra di. Pa becomes attracted to vu, going up from ni. So now that we know the scale and the attractions, let's look at how to enter the scale of Hagia. Now, entering the scale of Hagia, you need an epikima, which is a phrase that starts off the tone. Every tone has one. For Hagia, it goes like this. Hagia, di ke zo ke di ra vu ga di. So what's happening here is that the scale shows two attractions. The epikima shows how the zo is flat touching it, and how the ga is sharp resolving back to di. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, I would greatly appreciate if you liked and subscribed. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one, and have a great day.